Oh, she ate them up. She ate them up, Lord. Good morning, good night, and good afternoon to everybody worldwide. How are y'all doing today? I was just doing an overlay on my homegirl, and I was like, let me show them how I do my overlays. Real cute, real natural. Let's get into it. Okay, so first I'm going in with my sanding band, just pushing back. Buffing band. This is a buffing band. This is not coarse at all. I want to say it's 180 grit. It's in my storefront. But I'm just pushing back the cuticles, removing all the oils and the debris, taking off anything she might have on her nails. Okay, so then I go in with my cuticle nippers and remove any cuticle that I just lifted. Be careful with this, y'all. Do not cut your client fingers trying to cut so much. You don't have to cut too much. You don't have to do too much. Be very cutesy, very mindful. After I do that, even with tips, I then go back in with my buffing band again and just clean everything up. And this just helps me make sure everything is smooth and ready for application. Nothing on the nail. Perfect base to start doing acrylic. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Then, a life hack, instead of going in with my nail prep, I go in with my 91% isopropyl alcohol and I wipe the nails completely clean, making sure to get all up under those cuticles, everything like that. And then I use my Mia Secret Extra Bond Primer. I do this twice, okay? No lifting around here, twice. And I'm only doing 3 nails because as y'all can see, I already did the pinky and the ring finger. And that's when I got the bright idea to show you guys. So here I am. Okay, so first I went in with my Valentino Classic Nude. This is like my favorite acrylic powder. The first method I'm going to show you guys is the 1 bead method. Okay, so I got a good size bead, obviously. Don't make them too runny because we're trying to use all this acrylic on 1 nail. I placed it in the middle and then I started tapping the sides, moving it up. Never place it right on the cuticle. Push it up towards the cuticle. And make sure you're sealing all of those sides, and that means you're tapping the sides, making sure they're flush to the nail. And then making sure your bead is dry enough so that when you do pat it down like this over the nail, it does not drip down. So make sure your consistency is right. And by right, I mean a drier bead, of course. Not the same consistency you would use when you had a tip holding it up. So she wanted these squares, so obviously I'm going over the edge just a little bit to build those sides because her nails are naturally round. And I'm just continuously making sure my brush is not too wet, not too dry, and pulling the acrylic to both sides so we can have a nice square. Okay, so now I'm going in with my 2 bead method. I do this more so if the bottom of the nail needs more building or more construction, but luckily she didn't. She just needed basically those corners to be squared off. But sometimes the 1 bead method can be overwhelming. You know, you're trying to make sure the cuticle is good, make sure the ends are good. So sometimes I like to focus on one at a time. So here I am focusing on the end of the nail, making sure the top of the bead is sealed nicely into the nail. And when I say sealed, I'm meaning flushed into the nail bed. Continue to use your brush like this, tapping the ends to make sure the sides are flared out enough. You can flare it out more than you need to because when you go back and file, you just want to make sure the acrylic is there so you can file it and it'll actually be square. Okay, so once that looks good, we're going to go back in with our cuticle bead. We'll try to get a drier bead for my cuticle beads because I do not want to flood the cuticle. I hate doing that. Place it slightly below the cuticle and we're just going to work on moving it up. And while we're moving it up, we're sealing it and tapping around the cuticle. And then we're going to make sure all the acrylic is from sidewall to sidewall. And then once it gets to a good spot, just go ahead and blend it down. If it doesn't blend good, go ahead and add some monomer. And then Slide it up under that bead and then blend it down. This tapping motion I'm doing is just making sure the acrylic is sealed and flush to the nail bed. And then turn your nail side to side to make sure all the acrylic is covering the entire nail, because that's very important for an overlay. The entire nail will come off if you leave a gap anywhere. Okay, so we're going in with our 8080 grit file. We have to make sure we get this super sharp, super square. You know what I'm saying? I like to do as less filing as possible, being that these are her real nails, you know? We're trying to grow her real nails, but they are her real nails with acrylic. Remember that, because a lot of people are confused. They'll be like, oh, I don't have acrylic nails. These are my real nails. But no, you just don't have tips. You have acrylic. You just don't have tips. Have y'all ever got an overlay on yourself? I have not. My nails are too short. And as a nail tech, that's a shame. Because, girl, you need to know how to grow your nails. But I am a nail picker. I used to buy my nails. I don't buy them anymore. I pick them with my hands. Okay, so I'm using my Panel 5-in-1 bit that I got from Amazon. Please go get that, nail techs. And now I'm just debulking the nail. Remember, I didn't add too much acrylic, so I'm not going to file so harshly. Do not add too much pressure. We're just making sure that the nail is nice and flat, and we want it to look natural. And then we're going to make sure we do go around the cuticle and around the side so it's not boxy. And flush the acrylic to the nails. And when you're doing this part, make sure you're holding your bit at an angle, because one, that's how we want it to flush to the nail, and two, we don't want to keep flattening the apex. I got it to where I wanted it to be, so now I just need to flush the apex to the nail bed. After filing, shaping, and sealing the cuticle, I have my clients go wash their hands. And when they come back, I wipe them off with a lint-free wipe and some alcohol. That helps get all the dust off. Okay, so this is the design that she told me. Super cute. But she literally gave me 1,000 different colors. When I say 1,000, I mean 1,000. And then on top of that, she wanted me to do the nails velvety. You know when the girls go in with the clear acrylic powder after painting the design? Yeah, that's what she wanted. So here we go. And these color choices were very random because she's going on a vacation and they have different colors for every night. And she was like, I'm not dressing up for every night, but I'll do my nail to match every night. So the first one was blue and green. Then she had orange and yellow, gray and black, I think brown and white, and red and pink. So those were her options for her nails. When painting a full nail, go as close to the cuticle as you can. Do not float the cuticle or it just looks tacky. So just try to get your brush and push the polish up towards the cuticle. And then bring it down. As y'all can see, the colors are different than the other hand. That's because we basically inverted the colors. So where there's blue, we're going to use green. And where there's green, we're going to use blue. You get that? You get that? Super cute. And do y'all see my polish bottles? Do y'all polishes get messy like that? I try to clean them. I really do. I went up to the shop one day, cleaned them. Next day, back dirty. I mean, I didn't even use them. That polish is hiding up in the lid. I don't know. It was ghetto. Okay, so after painting the full nail, cure it, then go back in with the top coat because, like I said, the design is going to be 3D. Okay, so after the top coat cures, go back in with your design and draw it out. I love these little lines. Please look at that. Something about it just does something to my spirit. Whoever came up with this, chef's kiss. Do not cure. Paint on all your designs, but do not cure. And be very careful to not mess up your designs. If you think you'll mess it up, go ahead, put the acrylic powder on top, and then cure it. But I trust myself to not mess it up. So let's be very careful, very mindful. Draw the designs on. I'm loving the design. I love drawing lines. So this was right up my alley. Okay, so after you finish all of the designs, before you cure it, do not cure it. Go ahead, get your acrylic powder and dump it all over the nail. Make sure to hit every part of the design. Dump it all over there. Don't touch it. Dump it all over there. Once you finish dumping the acrylic, put it in the lamp and cure it for at least 60 seconds. Take it out, dust it off, and watch the magic happen. Like, look at that contrast from shiny to matte. I love it. Adding my cuticle oil. And we are done, ladies. What do you guys think? Super clean, super sharp overlay. Who y'all know overlay to look like this? Huh? Who y'all know?